doing DUIs?
Well, we're gonna check real quick.
We're just gonna check
some complaints that it's not like alcohol.
On the scene, like that guy was just, in my opinion, playing it off. I have been arrested for DUI.
What? So you rear-ended somebody and hurt them?
Mm-hmm. Well, they said they were hurt.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. On December 30th, 2022, at about 5 p.m., Theodore Donnie and his girlfriend were driving home, and while sitting stationary at a stoplight, they were suddenly rear-ended.
Oh my God! Mother.
Donnie gets out to inspect the damage, and the two parties pull over on a side street. The man who hit them told them he was an officer with Salt Lake City, and Donnie reports that the man seemed a bit off, perhaps even intoxicated. And while talking about the damage, the man became irritated and his demeanor turned hostile, causing Donnie to call 911 to request an officer.
Can I get a cop to...
Where are we again?
What's the common sense by the mall?
Common sense by the Ogden Mall. The guy says he's a cop.
All right, I'll go ahead and pass along with an officer out.
Thanks.
The at-fault party is Salt Lake City police officer Thomas Cagle. Officer Cagle happens to have previously worked for the Ogden City Police Department, the agency that is currently responding to the scene. Now, after a heated exchange, the couple returns to their vehicle.
Good piece of shit. You're pissing me off. Tell me not to fucking talk.
I don't need to escalate this guy. I think he's a drunk person.
Now, after moving the vehicles forward to cease blocking the store's driveway, Donnie exits his vehicle again to check the damage.
Well, now that I'm back. Oh my God!
Officer Cagle has now pinned Donnie between the vehicles, and for the next 40 seconds, Donnie's girlfriend begs Officer Cagle to put the truck in reverse, pounding on the hood of his truck, while Donnie yells for help. Meanwhile, Officer Cagle stares back at her and makes no attempts to free Donnie. In fact, it took Donnie's girlfriend to jump into their vehicle to pull forward and release him.
Oh my God!
Bystanders rushed in to help and to keep Officer Cagle away from Donnie. Paramedics arrived soon after, and Donnie was taken directly to the hospital. The Ogden Police Department arrived on scene as well. Donnie contacted me directly almost immediately after this happened, and for the past few months, I've been working with him to get the body cam footage from the departments involved. ABC News was issued the footage within days of the incident.
A Salt Lake City police officer accused of hitting a man with his personal vehicle.
But it took us nearly 2 months to have the videos released from the Riverdale police. The Ogden Police Department still refuses to release their records, claiming an exemption due to an investigation, despite the fact that Donnie is the victim and is the one requesting the records. Not to mention, they handed off the investigation to another department because Cagle happens to have been previously employed with them. As a result, the Riverdale Police Department were called to take over the investigation on scene and arrived 30 minutes after the collision to find Officer Cagle sitting by himself in his truck.
He doesn't seem heavily intoxicated, but the witness said that he was shoving a bunch of gum and spraying cologne on himself as he was sitting in his car.
What was his name?
Tommy Cagle.
Tommy. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah,
Can you come out and talk to me real quick?
yeah, hang on just a sec. Let me give you a call back.
For us, they gotta bring outside agency. That's how it goes, brother. You know that. Yeah, you know how it is, man. Okay, so we got someone to come talk to you. Okay.
I'm just pissed off that I thought I threw it in park.
Sure.
And it went in reverse, or not reverse, but it went into neutral. And up there, I'm not get it back into gear.
Jammed.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell is wrong with it.
Yeah.
After chatting for a few minutes, the Ogden police officers leave and the Riverdale police take over.
Are we doing DUIs?
Well, we're gonna check real quick.
We're just gonna check
some complaints that it's not like alcohol. So, like I said, you know how it all goes. Right?
Yeah.
So there's.
Do you smell alcohol on me?
I haven't really got close up to you smelling anything, but
Yeah.
You know how it goes, right? When there's
Yeah,
somebody else.
I know.
The Riverdale Police Department now conducts field sobriety tests on Officer Cagle. Though they are not required by law, Officer Cagle agrees to perform them as another officer begins questioning witnesses, where multiple people reported that Officer Cagle was hostile, threatening to fight bystanders, continuously mentioned that he was a cop, that he was armed, and that he reeked of alcohol.
Some point during the altercation, and it sounds like this family over here came over to check if they were okay. Driver 1 and then son there in the blue sweatshirt.
Witnesses?
Yeah, but it sounds like one of them may have gotten hit.
One of the witnesses?
Oh, the witnesses got hit?
The father was saying something about his son getting punched.
Oh, they got punched? I think there were threats, but I don't think he got punched. I'll double check though.
Yeah.
I told him, sir, can you please get back in your car? I don't want anybody to start a fight today. He basically says, make me.
Okay.
And as he said, gets in my face. And being the protective dad that he is, he tells him to back off of me, and he pops off, well, I'm armed. Like, so yeah, that's real fun to say that.
Did he ever show the weapon, pull it out, anything like that? Okay. Did he make any type of threats?
Yeah, he threatened to kick my ass.
Okay. Did he have, so was it just like threatening, like, hey, I'm going to kick your ass, or like, is there any more specifics?
He kept telling me, you need to back the fuck up. You need to back up. I'm a cop. So I don't give a shit if you come. You don't get in a 16-year-old's face. Okay. He's a minor. Yeah. You want to deal with it? You deal with me.
He didn't raise no fist. I just know that
just all kind of
I just know as soon as he got in my face and he said one word, I smelled instant alcohol.
Okay, all right.
That truck reeks of alcohol.
Nothing but alcohol. I'm literally sitting over there trying to help the girl calm her down and doing this.
Okay.
Despite Officer Cagle's claim to be strapped, while searching his vehicle, the officers never located a gun, but they did find prescription medications such as Xanax, pain meds, and a sleeping aid.
Got a bunch of prescriptions back here.
That might be why it's like, I'll take breathalyzer.
Another officer mentions finding 2 sealed bottles of alcohol.
2 bottles of whiskey. Are we taking those or leaving them?
Just gonna leave them. You might want them, I guess.
So 2 bottles of whiskey, 3 pairs of sunglasses, several canisters of chew.
He wants the chew. I want you to grab all of those.
Okay, got 2.
Shortly after confirming that Officer Cagle miserably failed the field sobriety tests, he is placed under arrest for DUI.
Hey Tommy, will you face that way for me, just based on the test, okay? I'm gonna... Oh, go ahead and move your hands apart. Copy. So I'm gonna take you back to my station, okay, and we'll go kind of go from there, all right? How much did you say you had to drink tonight?
So I only had, I can fucking show you, like a taster shot over at, I don't even know what it's called. It's a place that makes Porter's Fire.
Porter's what?
Porter's Fire.
Not familiar with it.
And they give you only a tiny bit to try, so you can drive after.
Okay. I'll go on the other side. Some of the Ogden guys said that you told them you had a firearm. Is that in your truck? Or do you not have it with you?
I believe I left it at home.
You left it at home? Okay.
He is then transported to the Riverdale Police Department.
Tester samples.
Okay.
So it's not enough to give you any type of
Okay. Well, hopefully nothing will come of it, but, you know.
Automatically, I'm getting a DUI for sure.
Well, it wouldn't be automatically. We got to be able to prove it, right?
Yeah, I was in the wrong for sure.
Right.
Just the other people, how they freaked out when their dad came out.
See, some people just get worked up real easy, you know?
Throughout the rest of this investigation, Officer Cagle showed no signs of remorse or care for the man he crushed between 2 vehicles. In fact, he was more worried about his truck, dip, and career than whether he gravely injured another human.
Do you even know if I can get my truck out of impound tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah.
No, because you got to do the letter whole thing. You got to get the impound release, and you got to get all that stuff taken care of.
Is there anything that I can get out of my vehicle?
Yeah, whatever you need out of there, I can get out of there for you.
Okay.
I
just went shopping.
No, you're okay. So
That's what I was doing.
we'll read that in a second. What all do you need out of there? So groceries?
They're all shopping stuff.
Just is it shopping stuff?
Shopping
So like all the
stuff.
shopping bags out of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that? I don't know what the fuck is in there. On my dip for sure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be pissed if Salt Lake fucks me over with only a few years left.
Yeah. You know the standard questionnaire.
Right.
Right. Are you wanting to do those, or do you want to have a lawyer present with you? I'm not going to be mad at you either way. It's up to you. It's your own shit.
Probably a lawyer.
Okay, that's fine.
Just to save my job. I'm not gonna be booked into jail tonight, right?
I'm hoping not, but I haven't heard from the boss what we want to do yet. All right. I'll talk to him just because honestly, I don't typically book somebody on a DUI if it's like a first offense or if it's multiple, right? But you got to understand though too from both our situations, right? It's very scrutinizable thing.
Who is your supervisor tonight?
Sergeant Pittman.
Okay, so we can go over these right now.
We just got to make sure, given what you do, given what we do, that we make sure we do everything.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't get ourselves in hot water or you.
Sergeant Pittman is. Where's all the stuff that was in my truck?
So we had an officer grab it. They're gonna run it over here. So okay, they're
medications too?
Yeah, they grabbed the meds. So
You asked them to grab all the rules of chew.
yeah, they pretty much grabbed everything. They grabbed bags out, and then they grabbed chew, and then the.
Yeah, I have a whole a whole can of chew. I just barely bought.
The only mention he ever made of Donnie was to suggest that he was playing off his injuries as worse than they really were.
That scene, on scene like that guy was just, in my opinion, playing it off. In my opinion.
Yo.
Which one? The
one that, because seriously, we were only like that far apart.
Oh.
And he rolled forward. And I was trying to put it in reverse, but it just would not go into gear at all.
Right.
So that's when I told her, hey, pull your car forward because my truck's not working. So, biggest thing that sucks is I put so much fucking time and effort into my career, and then something stupid like this is more than likely gonna fuck me and lose my retirement. And where'd you say all the bags went that were in my truck?
I work at the hospital at night.
How about the hospital? It sounds like.
My bags were open in the hospital?
Because they're with an officer.
They're with an officer.
Somebody had to drive up there to grab all that?
No, I'm gonna go up there and I'll grab it.
When speaking with his mother, he omitted the part where he pinned a man between two vehicles.
I have been arrested for DUI.
What?
I ended up getting to a rear end fender bender, and they said that they smelled alcohol on me. So it went from there. And because there was an injury, it's Class A misdemeanor, so I'm being booked into Weber County Jail.
So you rear-ended somebody and hurt them?
Mm-hmm. Well, they said they were hurt.
And over the multiple hours of this investigation, he never asked about the condition of the man he crushed. Blood was finally taken nearly 2.5 hours after the crash. Since the incident, we found that while Officer Cagle was with the Ogden Police Department, he was subject to at least 5 employee counselings, including unacceptable performance levels for having the lowest productivity on his squad, incompetence for failing to properly investigate and complete records on numerous calls for service over several months, improper maintenance of a canine for being 9 months overdue on the dog's vaccinations, and a total of 3 preventable accidents, one in which he struck a pedestrian. Fortunately, Donnie suffered no major injuries and was released from the hospital with deep bruising, abrasions, and swelling to his lower extremities. Cagle was held without bail after being charged with aggravated assault, a third-degree felony, and a misdemeanor charge of negligently operating a vehicle resulting in injury with a blood or breath alcohol of 0.05 or more. He is currently due back in court in March of 2023.
So how many more years you got left then?
Huh?
How many more years you got left then?
7.
Okay.
That's why I'm stressed now. I'm so close.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can get a decent lawyer to help me out somehow. Salt Lake has no leniency at all, though, so we're probably going to be like, you're out.
Cagle appears to still be on paid administrative leave. Of course, he is entitled to due process, so this case is far from over. Donnie intends to sue Officer Cagle, and likely the Salt Lake City Police Department.
The confusion slowly went away as I realized that this guy was trying to kill me.
I'll be sure to update you when all of that happens, but until then, be sure to check out Theodore Donnie's channel for the latest updates as they're made public. Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content, and check out our other channels, Lady LackLuster and The Odd Side. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment about what you think of this interaction. It's the easiest way for you to help expose corruption and misconduct. Merchandise is available using the links below. Join the LackLuster family for just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel. Get a Lack logo next to your name, custom emotes, and early access to videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All links are down below.